Hello everyone, welcome. I am back. I don't know what's going on with the camera. It's fine. So the event is starting now. Is it playing the volume? Can you see?
Hi everyone and welcome to the Blood of Dawnwalker's
There you
most
go.
important stream today. My name is Dominika and I'm the community lead
Hang on,
here at
maybe
Rebel
YouTube's
Wolves,
a bit better.
and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, a streamer, YouTuber and content creator, Lionheart.
Thank
Okay,
you so much,
well, we're on
Dominika.
Twitch.
Hello,
How's everyone doing?
It is so
Oh,
nice
God.
to be back here at the Rebel Wolves studio,
Hang on.
especially as we have so many amazing things
Where's
to share
my,
with everyone today.
Oh, we do have so many. It's finally time to share more light on the release.
Okay,
of
you
the
can hear
event.
it, right?
Yeah,
1 second.
I cannot wait to see everyone's reactions.
Speaking of everyone, of course, that means you at home.
Cool, there you
we
go.
want to start with a huge thank you for joining us while we're streaming
There we
today.
go. There we go.
And for those of you
Hang
that
on.
are co-streaming to your own communities.
I
We
don't really
appreciate
get how
it.
one
But
co-streams.
Before we get into what's coming today, there is a chance that it might be some people's first time at a Blood of Dawnwalker stream. So, Dominika, can
There
you
you
tell
go.
us what the Blood of Dawnwalker is all about?
Right, here we
Yes,
go.
of course,
Sorry,
The
I'm
Blood
having
of
to deal with a
Dawnwalker
bunch
is
of
the
crap here.
first chapter of a brand new RPG saga created by us here at Rebels. It's a dark fantasy, narrative-driven, epic adventure set in medieval Europe with a supernatural twist. So
Okay.
you can expect some meaningful stories, a rich open
Right,
world,
there you go.
tough choices
Sort it
to
out,
make,
sort it out.
strong characters, and of course, vampires.
Here we go. We're watching it.
Creatures
Sorry
of
about
the
that,
night
guys.
lurking in the shadows.
Rush
Well, they're
back to
always
watch this.
lurking,
I
those
ran out
creatures
of
the
time a
night,
bit. I was
but
in the middle of
how
doing
about we
something
give
before,
you
but I
a
wanted to
quick
watch it.
overview of what's happening on today's stream. We're going
Okay.
to start off with some brand new gameplay footage.
Here we are.
right?
Sorry if I'm missing any
Right,
messages. I'm loading up the
first
Twitch
look
chat.
at some brand new footage, focusing on the many cool features waiting for you in the open
Right.
world of the Blood of
How's everyone
Dawnwalker.
doing? Sorry, feel
Everything
free to put your
recorded
message
in
now.
engine, on PC, on the latest
Okay, here we
build,
go. Testa's been
and
looking forward to
really
some. Hey,
excited to
hey,
show
hey, guys, how you doing?
far the game has
August to
come
September.
as we're
Oh,
getting ready
let's
for the
see.
launch.
August?
Speaking of getting ready for the
September.
launch,
Hmm.
there is a big
Octo-
thing that you're
October?
gonna need, and we are going to share with you
I think
the
September.
next content. It is a story trailer for the Blood of Dawnwalker.
Oh, here we
And
go.
it does include one very vital
I can see the
piece of
messages now.
information,
Sorry about
right?
that, guys.
Yes, the one thing that I know everyone here is waiting for.
I couldn't get my
the
laptop
release
to...
date. I just need to
Something-
keep
it's
my
issues with the
lips
internet as
for a
well.
few more minutes, and then it's finally all out in the open. We won't be keeping you in uncertainty until the end of the stream.
No, we won't tease you forever, but you may think that's already a lot. We have even more coming
Still
your
listening,
way.
sorry about that.
We're going to be talking about the tech requirements.
October.
to play,
Yeah, October would be
and
cool for it
having
being
some of the Rebel
spooky.
Wolves
You're
devs
right.
dive
I mean,
deeper
and it's a
into
month
open
before
world of the
GTA,
game
right?
too.
That's kind of important
But I mean,
too.
it wouldn't be a Dawnwalker stream if we didn't have one of those special music performances, right?
Oh, here we go.
Yes,
We're having
and
some music.
surprises, maybe some behind-the-scenes action as well.
Yes, that video is really cool. You definitely want to stick around to the end, but I'm not going to spoil a single bit of it. We're also going to be taking a look inside the box of the Blood of Dawnwalker, including the collector's edition.
Oh,
of the
so
game
we're going to
as
see
well.
all the different... That's
a lot
cool.
of
That's
exciting
really
stuff.
cool.
We have been so looking
October
forward
would be
to
cool.
sharing
Let's
it
say
with you, so
predictions
let's
first.
not prolong the
October.
intro
I'm
anymore.
agreeing.
Let's
That's what I
jump
think.
straight
I'm
into
just going to
our
go with it.
newest gameplay video. Enjoy.
Oh, here we go.
Peggy 18.
Hi, my name is Ariana Sharkiewicz, and
Okay.
I'm one of the writers at Rebel Wolves. Over the past few months, we've shared quite a lot about the game's story. Today, we'll give you a glimpse of the activities our human by day, vampire by night protagonist Cohen can take on while exploring the open world.
I like the kind of
We start at
vampire
night,
element
in our
now.
vampiric form, heading toward a vantage point to get a better sense of our surroundings.
Okay.
Reaching a vantage point reveals nearby opportunities.
I think it... Do you
and
know, I
helps
think
us
it might be
plan our
September.
next steps.
I don't know. Maybe October's a bit late, you know what I mean? It's too close to GTA. I think, like... What are we now? April 28th? Let's say, like, early September, maybe, right? Could be.
Say they're chock full of monsters. Village of Malagir. Codrin's family's land. Malagir Monastery.
The spider vamp, you just looked me
Best
on.
days along behind it. I don't think I'll find anything else here.
Okay, so he's
Let's open the
inspecting
map and
from...
check nearby points of interest.
Okay, so this is the map again. I do like the map.
Some are tied to Brancis's officers. More on them shortly. Others to hidden mysteries, haunted sites, and shrines used for fast travel, which can also serve as quest objectives.
Hmm.
Let's mark one and head there.
Okay. That was a quest.
Early in the game, we can unlock a perk that allows us to transform into a wolf.
Oh,
and to
what?
move faster at night.
Whoa, this is
Quicker
new?
and more agile, though it comes with some limitations.
Wolf?
There's also a daytime equivalent, but more on that later.
Oh.
Is someone in trouble?
It looks like we've come across a group in need of help.
That was really cool. It's kind of
Whether we
unique, isn't it?
intervene is up to us. And both choices can lead to unexpected outcomes.
Oh, that's cool.
We began with death from above, allowing us to quickly eliminate an unsuspecting
Maybe in the daytime you'd be a
enemy
white wolf.
and gain the upper hand from the start.
Yeah, vampire thing. Yeah, it's like they're mixing the
We have
werewolf and vampire
incorporated
thing a little bit.
community feedback, and now there is no need to open the skill wheel to select a previously assigned ability.
Oh, that's great.
Instead, we can use quick selection.
So there's quick selection now for abilities too.
Thought I was done for. Done for.
Oh, it looks very
Nice to be
vampiric
fair.
now.
Wasn't sure I'd get you out of this in time.
But you did. Bless you. Bless you.
For now, he needs to recover.
I'm still not
As a
100%
vampire,
sold on the
he
voice
needs
actor
our
so
help by
far
feeding.
for
Human blood is most effective.
Cohen.
But in this
A
case,
little bit.
we
He just
rely
seems
on
too chill. Like, look at that. He looks so
It's less
crazy. Then
efficient,
when he's talking, he's like,
but it
oh.
will do.
I guess Regis is a little bit, but
Feeding increases our corruption level.
okay.
It's shown next to the health bar at the bottom of the screen.
Even for
The
animals.
higher the corruption level, the more vampiric perks are unlocked for purchase. Nearby points of interest are
It's kinda like
marked
the
on map
older
and
wolf
indicated
tales of
on the
vampires, isn't
compass
it?
At the top of the screen.
It's
Let's head
cool.
to the
I like the
shrine.
wolf thing. That's really unique.
Here's
You
the
like you can
shrine.
pick up strawberries and
Damaged,
mushrooms too.
So we can't use it yet.
Desecrated. Looks like the shrine's missing its heart. But maybe
Hmm?
I could restore it.
It's heart? What is that? Oh, look, that's like The Witcher. Sorry, I shouldn't say, but it, you know, tracking the...
Fresh.
And even following it, like...
There's a trail
Like-
nearby. Let's follow.
Although it's not blood color, it's kind of orangey. I don't know what the significance around the orange coloring is, if it's just a stylistic choice.
A group of Brensis's soldiers.
Dracula
has
could
set
turn
up
to wolf.
camp.
Oh, there you go.
Let's clear them out.
Yeah, that was it. True.
Voracious Bite allows us to drink blood from an unsuspecting enemy and gain the upper hand at the beginning of combat.
Oh,
But we're not able to drain this enemy fully as his comrades quickly come to his aid.
I'm wondering if you can still use your sword when it's nighttime, or you just have to use your
We
kind
use
of vampiric
piercing shriek
abilities.
to briefly stun the weaker opponent, giving us an opportunity to take on his commander. When an enemy blocks and interrupts our attack chain, we can use
It's a bit
charge
like
to
For
prevent
Honor,
a
isn't it?
counterattack.
With the blocking. I like that.
Voracious Bite can also be used during combat as an active
I
perk,
feel like that
allowing
bite
us
should
to
also
regenerate
increase
some
your
health.
corruption level. If it, I don't know if it does, but
Hope word of this reaches your master.
you can use your sword as a vampire. Okay, okay.
With the camp
Compass get
destroyed,
bigger, that'd be cool.
our
You just
infamy
get more and more
increases.
like sort of
More
branches.
about this in a moment.
Oh, so we are getting more infamy,
Let's
okay.
collect our loot. We found the shrine's missing heart, along with
Heart?
a manual that unlocks a new perk. Precision.
Is that from some sort
Let's
of
open our
mythology?
inventory and head to the recipes tab.
Yeah, the
As I
dismemberment is
mentioned,
cool.
the manual unlocks a new perk called Precision.
Okay.
Once we read it, it becomes available in
I
the
think this is a
character
skilled
tab.
fencer apart from the rest
Let's
is
go
precision of their strikes.
The
Oh,
exclamation mark
I like
indicates
the
that a new
menu
perk is
here. It's a
available,
little bit like God of
but
War.
we can't purchase it yet. Perks can only be acquired at a shrine by spending experience points, which are earned by completing objectives. And since we've just finished one, we should be good to go.
I really do
We've
like. I
also
think the
found
wolf thing
shrines
is going to be
missing
really
heart,
cool.
So we can know
That's a great sort of like,
Let's
instead of
go.
just having a horse, that's such a unique way of traveling. Although I wouldn't say no to a horse. So we're putting the heart in the shrine there.
You're welcome.
Sorry, what is the heart? I missed it slightly. Is it like a sort of figure?
With the heart restored, the shrine is rebuilt. We can now use it.
Oh, so this is how you
Start with the
fast
perks
travel.
menu.
It just said, you
In
see that,
sort
perks and
master
fast travel.
abilities, We find Precision now available for purchase. As you can
Oh.
see, it costs both experience points and a time segment, indicated by the hourglass icon.
This
learn
time
about
thing is still slightly not confusing to me, but I
Now let's take a
feel...
look at the Vrakiri perks. With our corruption level increased and another experience point available, we can unlock new abilities, again marked with an exclamation point. The
Okay.
corruption level required to purchase a perk is indicated
Mix
in
of
the
which...
tooltip
Yeah, I
on
was
the right
thinking
side of
the
screen.
actual, like, character, that looks kind of witchery, but then the menu for the unlocking abilities looks very kind of God of War.
Time passes as we
Yeah,
acquire
all the
new
loot it
perks.
needs to be.
The night comes to
Man,
an
doing
end,
the, it
the
does...
sun
I know what you
rises,
mean,
and
but
a
there's like
new
a
day
mixture.
begins, along with a new edict.
Edict, okay.
Edicts are tied to the infamy system we mentioned
Okay,
earlier.
okay.
Several have already been proclaimed since the start of our journey. The higher our infamy, the harsher the edicts, and the more challenging the world becomes.
So what,
It's a
these are
sign
like
that
things
Francis
that
is vigilant
make
and
your
reacts to our
gameplay more
actions in
difficult,
Bale's
like
glory.
stuff costs more or something like that.
Infamy reflects how much we disrupt the operations of Brancis's followers. Let's take a closer look at one of his officers, Ambrose. In the right corner of the screen, we can see his level of aggression towards us. When it
Anger
reaches
level,
its
he's
peak,
very low.
a new quest line is unlocked, influencing the story and shaping our future confrontation with Francis.
Okay.
As you can see, multiple open world activities are tied to Ambrose.
So you complete
All
like
connected
6
to his
activities that would then make him very annoyed, and then you
Let's
get
go
to
back
have like
the
a
map
quest
to
line
mark
probably
one of
fighting
them,
him or
and
something.
then let's head there.
Yeah, Witcher Love Child. Yeah, you can see the influence. So you have you are basically, they have a pissing off system or a rage bait system, where the more quests you do that annoy one character, the more then you can unlock a quest. That's actually quite a unique system, you know. They should patent it like Warner Brothers, and then, you know, stop making games. I'm joking. Of course, they'll stop to do that. Also, a kind of nemesis. Yeah, I just saw your comment.
We've
Yeah,
arrived
it's the
near
same
one
thought
of
process.
Ambrose's warehouses, storing
They
blood
can beat the crap out of
supplies.
you. Yeah, the quest will be run away and hide because you're too low level and you pissed off this guy with like just beelining 6 of his quests. You have to space them out.
Charge is an ability shared between human and vampire.
Okay, so now they're using the sword as a
This enemy
vampire.
was weak enough to stun them with it.
I like that sort of dodge there where he ducked was awesome. I think this combat looks really cool. I really like the combat. And also, look at the environment. Like, it looks, this is kind of like how I would picture,
The Vrakiri store blood in places like this.
like a sort of slightly, I don't know if enhanced is the right word, but enhanced, maybe, Witcher
Ambrose
3
is responsible
graphical
for
system.
keeping
It
safe.
looks very kind of like a,
Oh, but we're not
you can
going
see
to
the
make his job
similarities. It's
any
very dark.
easier.
I think this is my screen issue though.
Another
I
group
always have
of
this.
soldiers
It looks good. It
standing
does look
over
good.
there.
I like the combat. I really like the combat. So you dodge, you can jump out the way there. You see that?
We
They're
open with
attacking.
broad swing to weaken as many opponents as possible.
There's
Then
so many
follow up with
abilities. Burning blood. Yeah, you stun him.
Applies a damage over time effect.
Block, hit, cut him, block, hit. Yeah.
What do we have here?
The prisoner's fate is grim. Their blood is drained
Look at that.
and stored in places like this, where it awaits distribution to Brancis and his officers.
Oh, I like that it shows you everything at once, so you don't have to manually sort of like keep clicking it on and off every 5 seconds. Candles look like yeah, similar. There is some similarities, but I think that's expected, you know. I mean, so many games already do that, but especially considering the developers. This is blood barrels. He's got barrels of blood.
Feels nice. Hitting them where it hurts.
I would say you should be able to drink the blood there and get more power in as well. So you can destroy them to not be too corrupt, or you can just think, no, I'm gonna drink this, or something like that, and then it's like the BioShock thing where you can kill the what they're called, the little
With the
sisters,
supplies
or you can
destroyed,
set them free.
Our infamy rises again.
So your infamy goes
We've
up.
disrupted
Interesting.
Ambrose's operations enough for now. Let's
Oh,
move
so you
on to
can
another
run as well.
haunted
You don't
location,
have to turn to a
haunted
wolf.
site.
Oh, this is the
Earlier we showed you
daytime
how we can move
version.
faster at night by transforming into a wolf. To increase our speed during the day, we can unlock a hex called Mercurial Fervor. Haunted sites are only
How do I feel
accessible
about
during
that?
the
Do I
day,
think-
as they require blood magic, unavailable in vampiric form.
I think it'd be cool if you could turn to a
Strengthens
wolf in the
our
daytime
magical
too.
abilities, but also puts our combat skills to the test.
But I get it. I get why you wouldn't. It's kind of your vampiric stuff is all at night. a blood system where you get hungry and go berserk?
Spirits here are
I don't
restless.
know, you know.
Perhaps I could help
I
them
think like
somehow.
you can kind of opt. I think it seems more of a system of like the more you drink blood, the more powerful you get, but the more kind of corrupted you become. Oh, what the hell is this? That was cool. And there's wraiths too. I like
All
that
of the
little
enemies
combo.
are nicely grouped together. It's a perfect opportunity to use Ravenous Flock, a perk that damages opponents in an area twice. First on activation, and then
This
in
is
the
really
follow-up
cool. I like this kind of environment that you're in when you're fighting them. Oh. Whoa. That's cool. You just snap
The
and eat a
enemies
random
are
NPC.
defeated. So let's collect our loot.
Oh, so you have to feed. I see,
These
but that means
haunted
you're
sites
basically
may
forced to
reward us
become more
with
corrupt,
ancient
right?
texts, allowing Cohen to become an even more powerful wielder of magic.
It does seem like slightly like a nemesis. It's
And
different to the
that's
nemesis
just a brief
system,
look
though.
at open world activities. Many more await, often tying back to the main objective and opening up new storylines along the way.
It's really cool. I like the world as well, like you're kind of in that valley. Vale Sangura. Cool, I like the wolf thing. That's probably the main takeaway for
Welcome
me.
back, everybody, and I am so
the combat as
excited
well.
that you finally got to see more of the game's open world.
I think it looks good.
All those
Looks
little
real
flavors
good.
that you've just got to see, whether that's the shrines that you now know about or the vistas that open up areas on the map. It is so cool. And that Brentz's click also, the quests that they have out in the world are going to impact things.
Not
Yes,
it's like
yes,
yeah. It's I
everything
think
you
because
do
they
under
can't make it
open
too
world
similar to the
influences
Nemesis
the
system,
story,
right?
Your story, so you can work
'Cause of
your
the
way into
pattern.
breaking up Brancis's network of allies if you want. It comes with some risks, but also you know might offer some interesting rewards. So you'll need to decide how to approach that.
Well, I love it when my decisions actually make an impact in a game. I mean, to ruffle their feathers or to not ruffle their feathers. That is the question. And yes, I probably could be more English, thank you for checking. But one thing I did see in there, more important than my Shakespearean skills, Cohen can turn into a wolf. How cool is that?
Yeah, that was
I know,
the
right? It is our nod to the original
the
Dracula
30.
novel.
Yeah, true.
It's our
And I think the
team,
thing
of
about the
course,
Nemesis
our
system
wolf
as well
fight.
is they were like
That makes
randomly
sense. I mean,
generated,
I
right?
now
Which was really cool. So it was so
understand why
unique
there
to your
isn't a horse,
character.
and it's great to see a nod to the wolf pack as well. But it isn't the only ability we just got a glimpse of. We saw different vampiric and magical abilities that players can use as well.
Yeah, many of them can be discovered by exploring hidden, mysterious places, finding forgotten books. You can uncover the lost past, learn its secrets, and use those secrets to your advantage.
I really love that the system isn't linear when you're learning skills. It isn't just get experience, get skill point. I'm going to be rewarded for exploring the world.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
feels so cool. I can't wait to go all over Vale Sangora and try and find every single one of them.
Well, I know you will be doing that, I know, and it is fun, trust me. Anyway, I think it is time for the most important part
Release
of
date,
today's stream,
September.
the Blood of Dawnwalker story trailer. See you on the other side.
This is the story
Peggy,
trailer.
18.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh.
Cohen!
I want you to watch. What did you do to me? Where are they? Where are my family?
Jesus. The coronation. It's in 30 days.
So Princess wants to be a prince now. And mark the occasion with my family's blood.
Brensis will rip you to shreds. There might be another way. If you are to stand a chance, you need to prepare. You need to take risks. Find allies.
I have no love for Princess's regime. He is a vile monster.
Some have already taken up arms, haven't they?
A Vrakir joining the rebellion? Are you serious? What on earth are you?
It's as if the Vrakir in you is dormant during the day and awakens with nightfall.
You're not the only one wanting to see Brent's turn to ash. We're in for a rough time. Follow me and do your best to survive.
It's easy to go a step too far.
Oh.
Go down a path you can't turn back from.
Oh, killing allies.
I think it's high time you tell me what the hell is going on.
In the end, it's every man for himself.
As I see it, we're both far beyond redemption. Doesn't mean we should kill people on a whim. I'm just trying to save my family. Good. Bad. Fairy tales people tell themselves to preserve their sanity.
Oh. So what, he's gonna kill... He's got his family, and he... I wonder why he hates Cohen so much to, like, make his whole thing about that.
September 3rd.
Oh!
Mark your
Early
calendars,
September.
It's only 4 months away.
4 months is not a long time. It's going to be here
That's
before we know
soon.
it.
That's
And
real
that
soon.
Trailer, it was absolutely packed. I can already imagine everybody screenshotting, going over and analyzing it on Discord and Reddit. I can't wait to read through those later.
There is a lot to unpack there, that's true. And our devs will actually dive a bit deeper into it in a moment as well.
Fair enough. Well, I won't steal their thunder. Remember, that release date is September 3rd, 2026.
3rd.
Don't forget it, write
So
it
they're
down.
giving 2 months
But we
before
have some more
GTA.
information that you might need that you've been waiting for, and that is the technical requirements.
Let's do that. Let's put up that nice
Oh,
infographic
it
made by
might not be
Mateusz,
that
our
high, you
amazing
know.
graphic designer, and show it to everyone. Okay, so we can see
Ultra
the minimum
requires
requirements. That's everything you need to
40,
run the
80,
Blood of
or an
Dawnwalker on
RTX
PC. The recommended
790,
requirements that we
7900,
feel will provide you
7900.
with a great experience,
16
and
gigabyte
of
RAM
course,
is not that
Ultra for the
high.
highest
Ultra
settings.
Of course,
i5.
we still
See,
have so many
i5.
other important things to share with you as
That's
well,
not bad.
including the contents of the different game editions. But before we do that, I know you want to hear more from those Rebel Wolves devs. So we're going to see where they're exploring today.
Yeah, but the
Yes,
timer
let's
is only
give the
pushed by
floor to
doing
Daria
quests, I
Berzabada,
think, isn't
our
it?
lead gameplay animator, and Piotr Kucharski,
Yeah,
a
they're not
writer,
too
who will
extreme.
tell you more about what you
It doesn't
as
look like a
player
super
can expect to
demanding
see
game.
and do in the open world of Sangor.
Ah, but it's not just them, right?
There's also Dorota Rutkowska, our producer, and Maciej Wiśniewski, senior level designer, who will give you a bit more insight into how that open world came to life. Okay, guys, take it away.
Okay. Oh, they're in the forest again. Walking around. I like this kind of interesting... 16 gigabytes of RAM, that feels like not a crazy amount, no? It just said 60 gigabytes SSD. That's how much space it said you should have, at least a minimum. I don't know if the game is going to be 60, or it's like, that's just what they recommend you have on the system. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, not too crazy. I mean, I don't know if the game will be 60, but it said something like recommended, right?
Somewhere. And this time, we wanted to take you on a
I
journey
really like the
to one of
music,
the
too.
places that inspired us while creating the world of the Dawnwalker. The majestic Polish mountains.
There is something about this place,
Hmm.
its scale and freedom, that makes me think that this is the best spot to talk about our open world.
Yeah, totally. And you can feel very similar feeling while walking through Sangora, because you can feel the grandeur of the mountains, right?
Of course, and you know, when creating the world, we wanted to make it as familiar as possible, but also distinct. So, you know, the players could really admire it. There is the beauty, and underneath the beauty,
Oh.
there is life, there are mysteries, and of
Oh.
course, there are hidden threats. So day and night, just like playing as a vampire or a human, they both offer engaging experiences, but ones that will differ. So we will meet different creatures, different challenges, and of course there will be different opportunities waiting for you.
Yeah, but there's something to be found pretty much everywhere, right?
You bet. And what I, as a writer, really love about our open world is that it is equally supported both by lore and gameplay.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I hope
there's an
the map is
explanation
like
behind
there's a
everything
lot
you
going
see.
on. You know, it's
For
not just like
example, there are those
very
little
sparse.
shrines next to the road.
I think the city seems
and
cool.
Of course, there is a narrative explanation behind them. They were erected to resemble Brancis, to strengthen the perception of him as the Lord of the Valley.
Yeah, those shrines and some new frescoes and some of those coins that he minted with the coat of his arms. That was brilliant. He did think of everything. And it's interesting with vampires, or Valkyrie as people call them in our game, because they don't care about money, do they?
No,
The
they
only
don't, no.
thing that is important to them is the blood taxation.
Exactly. You know, on one hand, they are monsters. They demand blood. They overtook the valley by force.
Yeah.
They reshaped religion
Okay,
so
here we
it suits
go.
their needs. On the other hand, if you look closely, you can say that their rule doesn't really differ much from what the mortal lords before them were doing, before the Valkyrie took over.
Yeah, it
Apart
is
from the
really interesting. because,
magical blood stuff.
Like
But
vampires, they think of themselves as superior beings. Like humans are just like animals to them. They're like
Yeah.
herd. But it's also interesting that if you have a herd, you need to take care of it. So if they want humans to be used properly, they want them healthy, they want them strong, so they need to take care of them, right?
Yeah, it is a
And
very
also eat
interesting
them.
aspect of our open world. Vampires give blood to humans as well.
oh,
So the inhabitants of the valley, they are healthier. Their
Yeah.
children are both stronger. And
oh, weird. So not
on
turning
the
them
other
into
hand,
vampires, just
It raises the question.
Dawnwalker werewolves.
the
That'd be cool.
question about the morality of
A
this
werewolf
world.
expansion.
To what extent?
So it's
are
like
the
just healing
monsters
them, not
really
actually
monsters?
converting them.
And you know, to what extent they just introduced a new, different system of ruling.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And those moral ambiguities were really important to us when we were creating this story.
Okay. I guess, yeah, they are helping them. They're helping them fend off this horrible disease. Also then eating some of them.
All these moral ambiguities we talked about, they tie into the characteristics of all the vampires we meet in the game, right? And they do have some really cool animations, don't they?
Yeah, of course they do. I absolutely loved working on those animations.
Right.
You know, we actually used one of the former UFC champions because we were looking for an
what?
actor who would be perfect for Bakir, the big guy, the big
Right.
boss who is so big, but he's also agile and quick. So, you know, this guy was perfect. And, you know, he's also a gamer, so he was just a perfect match. He
Right.
understood the character and he also understood the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, it's really awesome when those things work together when creating
That's
a game.
cool.
And it's not only about
I'm so looking
those,
forward to this. Yeah, me too.
special
It's-
abilities,
oh, hey, favorite
but also
dogs, how you
about
doing?
combos, finishers, and everything that makes
it
combat
looks
really
good.
dynamic.
I could show a naked
And it's
person for a
especially
second there.
important when it comes
I
to
looked away.
Cohen and his, you know, dual nature.
Oh yeah, of course. Cohen was the most important character in the game, obviously. So
Obviously.
we wanted to make him amazing, right?
Yeah.
And he was a challenge. Like you know, he is at the beginning of his story, and he is just learning everything. He's not a sword master, or he is also not
Yeah.
a seasoned
Yeah.
vampire.
So he's like
So
learning
we
just
did
from the
want
beginning.
To show a little bit of uncertainty in his moves and things like this. Then you start discovering some really cool moves, some combos, and you can start using the claws. You can bite people. How awesome is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's all what the gaming is about, right? And it's also about creating a world that
But yeah, you got to
is
treat the cattle
both
well.
unique and
Make sure
characteristic,
they're
but
healthy.
also feel like it could exist just beside you.
Okay.
When we're creating that world of our game, we really wanted to make it feel alive and interesting by adding a lot of detail. So when you go through the village, you might see a lot of people just sitting in front of their houses and doing some jobs and work. And us animators, we always like to add a little bit of something in there to make it more interesting. So sometimes you might see things like a guy hammering something and he'll accidentally hit his fingers or something. I
Oh,
mean,
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, those details work really nicely with the environmental
Like,
story.
yeah, I think it's going to be
Yeah.
a trilogy.
And, you know, when the
I wonder
players
if you
explore
kill Brentius at the end of the
valley,
game or something.
they
I
will
am
find
curious
things
how
like
you would
letters,
go from
like
there. Like
notes
where
and
even you would
other
go.
traces of things that transpired in the area before Cohen makes his appearance.
yeah.
We invite our players to look into every nook and cranny of the map.
I doubt you're
because
going to kill.
they certainly find
Or if you do
things
it,
like,
there'll be some other
some
bad
sub
thing you've got to
stories,
deal with, right?
items, or
I
notes
don't know
left
what.
by
Whoever made
people who
the
once lived
Valkyria.
Yeah. Yeah, there are those echoes of the past pretty much everywhere in the world. It's awesome. And I think that the world also reacts to Cohen, reacts to the player. Sometimes you just walking through the world, you might see people being captured by vampires. And some prisoners going around, and you can attack the vampires and free those prisoners. I think that's awesome. And those actions will have consequences.
I totally agree. I mean, it's all about, you know, choices and consequences,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The simplest example of that would be if a player kills a blacksmith in a village. So the forge, of course, becomes closed.
Oh,
and
I see.
Cohen
So you
has to
can
take his
literally
business
kill
elsewhere,
like the
Yeah.
NPCs,
Yeah,
that like
it's
useful
imitating
NPCs.
the real world where all the
Kind of reminds me of
things
that.
you
Remember when I
do
played Dark
will
Souls
have
and I accidentally killed a
consequences.
blacksmith by leading an enemy in there?
And, you know, both Cohen and our players will soon find out that Bale Sangora is beautiful, but it can also be quite unforgiving.
Yeah, I think this is what I like the most in our game. That there is this great contrast. Like on one hand, you have this amazing, beautiful.
It looks cool.
serene
It does look
world,
cool.
And on the other hand, there's this really strong, tough story. There are tough decisions and dark themes, and I think this is just beautiful.
16 times the detail, yeah. I just hope the timed quest won't lock us out of content. I'm not great with timed stuff. It gives you anxiety. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, I think it's one of those games that you could probably just replay a few times. To get, because it will be the case that by like doing certain quests that skip the time forward, you're gonna miss out on other ones, right? It just will be the case, and also that it's kind of branching quests. It seems like depending on what decisions you make. So, I feel like The Witcher 3, right? Like you miss stuff by doing something else, but not too much. I hope as well.
When creating a game such as The Blood of Dawnwalker, it's important to make sure that the open world never feels empty. Every area, every village, every forest should feel like it has life, purpose, and something to discover, right?
The world should feel rich and believable, full of people, animals, monsters, and secrets, but never overwhelming.
I specifically remember the first time I went up to the mountains in our game, and I saw the Uriashi village.
Oh yeah, the
It really felt
Uriashi.
like a completely different place than Vale Sangora. So close and yet so far away. So familiar, but also so different. And then it started snowing.
And that's another element of creating the real world,
So they have dynamic
The weather.
weather?
like rain, fog, or as you mentioned, snow.
Yeah. Even though the time of day doesn't move until you make some certain actions, there is still an active weather system.
And the sounds. The waterfall hitting rocks, singing birds, rustle of the forest.
It all matters. for
Yeah,
how
true. I know what you
experience the
mean.
world.
How long the
And for
actual
it
game
not to
length
feel
is.
Like it's standing still.
Speaking of time,
It's been a hot topic since day one, right?
it has, so it's important to highlight that it's not a real time. It's not a timer or ticking clock. It's not meant to frustrate or rush you. In our game, you can still freely explore the world, fight, analyze your build, and talk with random villagers. And time doesn't move.
Like already said, in order to move time in a game, you have to reach a certain point of the quest or choose a certain dialogue option. You will always have an indicator of what actions are gonna actually move time and by how much.
It's like a resource you can either pay attention to, strategically picking up quests and control the time, or just go with the flow of the game and let the time pass by.
Exactly. It's a resource, a framing device for the narrative and gameplay elements. You already know that Cohen's family has been kidnapped by Brances,
Yeah.
and Cohen will have only 30 days
So
to
that's
save
the
them.
goal, basically.
But after that, the game won't end.
Oh.
Just the circumstances will change.
And that's where the world itself comes into play.
So you can still play after the main objective is basically done. So, interesting. So that pushes the game forward, but then you can actually carry on. So
and look at all that snow. But let's not get distracted and talk about the narrative.
Of course, many
are
quests
they in like a movie set, like a film set? I can't tell if they're actually in the mountains.
So exploration, interactions, and activities all add to the narrative.
Yes, and as players explore, they don't just get to see the world, right? They get to live its stories. And that's
It
when
looked
we can
real,
finally
but I'm
talk about
unsure
our
now there's
newest
suddenly
trailer.
snow.
It's largely built from these cinematic moments that highlight key story beats and the emotions we want players to feel.
It reveals bonds and conflicts with our allies, betrayals, sorrow, romances, and all the hard decisions affecting Cohen and his family. I do think they play a lot with our emotions, don't they?
And that's what we are striving for, right? This trailer is really unique because this time it's not only about Cohen. We get to meet his family, potential allies, and other secondary characters for the very first time. And we learn some about their motivations and agendas.
We meet Cohen's family in idyllic, happy scenes. Cohen's love for them is clear, and each member of the family is unique. Lunka, the younger sister, whom he protects. Mirto, the younger brother, still learning about the world.
Oh, he has a brother.
And Yanna, older sister.
Yeah, they're really outside. It does
There
look
is
like they're
hidden
outside.
darkness lurking beneath.
Oh yes.
So you can still
Poverty,
run out of the 30
illness,
days, but
and
carry
other
on with other
emotions
stuff if you want.
Esme, mother of Cohen, is struggling from trauma and fear of
I do
the
wonder how it
unknowns.
would then
There's
end.
also Pieter, who's Cohen's father, basically tries really hard to keep this family together. But he also sometimes feels really helpless.
It can't be easy for Cohen.
Ooh.
Cohen's world is not only shaped by his family, but also by the people around him. Workers, miners, and neighbors, they all create a community that is the backbone of life in Vale Sangora.
Exactly. For example, there's Anka, who may be more than just a village healer. She is mysterious.
Also, she's
and
the one.
resourceful,
Does
and
she
comes
give
with
him the
knowledge of
blood
earth and
magic kind of like
that
abilities?
Cohen comes to rely on. But she also hides her secrets.
And there is Marat.
World changes depending on.
Rebellion
Yeah,
leader.
true. That's a good
He has
point.
strong moral compass, and he truly believes
Maybe the world
that
does
the
change
Princess's
depending
rule
on
must end.
yeah how
he's not
you
certain
finish
if
the main quest line. That
alternatives
affects what
would
you
be
can then
better.
do later,
Mhm.
maybe.
At some point of the trailer, you can also see Laka, who has her own mission and personal goal, which takes precedence over anything else in her life. And that often puts her at odds with others.
There are a lot of amazing characters waiting for Cohen along his journey.
Agreed. Each of these characters has their own motivations, story, and impact on Cohen's journey. They are not just side characters or companions. They shape the world around Cohen and make it feel alive, reactive, and deeply connected.
Their
Okay.
fate, and also Cohen's fate, and how he will shape as a person, heavily depends on the players.
Oh yes, I cannot wait for the players to experience all the difficult choices for themselves. The bonds, the conflicts. Every encounter and every decision matters.
And it's a world that stays with you.
Yeah, a story of family, loyalty, rebellion, and the cost of the choices we make.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I am curious. I don't feel like, obviously we haven't played the game. I don't feel any attachment to any of the other characters, par the main vampires and Cohen, really. So I'm curious how they're going to adjust that. The music's good. Makes me feel more like home because it gives that Witcher vibe. It does feel very Witchery. It's kind of cool how they got all this up into just like the Polish mountains somewhere. Yeah, we get some allies, there's a witch. It's cool. The location shown actually what it could be. I mean, I imagine they'll have taken so much, obviously, so much inspiration from it, right? And they do talk about traveling into the mountains, which sounds like a fun part of the game. Music is really good. I like it. I really. This is the best one they've done so far. Just my opinion. I really like the music. The trailer's been awesome too, by the way. Constant lore drops. I saw the initial stuff with the characters, like the profiles and like all the little stuff about the various like interest groups and stuff like months ago, but I didn't know they'd been maintaining that. That's really cool. Oh, that was good. That was great. I feel like the combat looks interesting to me. I don't know.
That music.
It is a bit different, right?
It is so much energy in that track.
Well, but similar but
And
different.
a load of cool insights as well. We learned a couple of different character names. They've been revealed. We know Myrto, Anka, Lacra, and now Mara too.
Yes, the most vigilant of you might already know some of these names. I teased them on our Reddit and Discord. Like Coin's siblings, Myrto, Yanna, and Lunka, of course. Everyone knows Lunka. Anka and Lacra from our January teaser.
Yeah,
And
Lunka,
yes,
of course,
Marat
yeah.
is the new one. He's the leader of the rebellion, and you could notice him in the trailer too.
Yeah, I saw
Okay, so
him in
there's
the
like a
trailer,
full-on
but I saw
rebellion
a few
going
other
on too.
characters
That's
as
good to
well that I
know.
don't think I recognized.
No, and you will not know more about them because I cannot share too much to not spoil anything. You'll need to meet the others in the game in September the 3rd.
September the 3rd. Okay, got it. I'll wait till then. But if I'm not mistaken, the pre-order should be launched any time now.
I think we might be already live.
Well, what a perfect time for us to look at the different
Oh, here we
editions
go.
of
I'm
the
curious for
game,
this.
starting off with the digital edition.
I like that even if you
There's
can see the
two
major
of them,
whisper inspiration
the
with the UI
standard
of some
edition
products, which
and the
so many
Eclipse
look apart.
edition.
Yeah, I know. I go.
Which comes with a
I think it
digital
has
World Compendium, a digital
Oh, hang
comic
on.
book, and a
similarities to
digital
The Witcher and
we
stuff
also
like God
have
of
the
War,
physical
right?
editions
Like
as
they've
well.
gone for like a
Yes,
kind of
the
interesting
first
mix.
print of the standard edition, we're calling it the Day 1 edition.
Okay.
Additionally include
Oh,
a
that's
steelbook
cool.
and a map
That's
of
cool. I like it. The
Sangora.
steelbook is
It
awesome.
will
Look at
be
that.
available at retail worldwide, both for pre-orders and for the release. While
Send it to
supplies
me.
last. Just please. Make
Please.
sure to check the product description on your retailer.
It looks good.
store page
I think the
to
collector's
confirm
edition is
the
gonna be
included
awesome.
Items, as their availability may vary by region.
Really
Looks
excited to
awesome.
get more than just a disc in a physical edition. I do love a game map. But next up, we have that collector's edition, and this one has a lot in it. It deserves its own introduction.
Oh,
Peggy 18.
this is a whole trailer for it. Okay. Oh, that looks cool. That's one of the most unique sort of box. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Full-on compendium, that's cool. Steel, so you get the steelbook, yeah. I love that art. That is amazing. I really love it. I like it. You know what? That's about what you'd expect. I like the box as well. Yeah, you want a statue of the main character, basically.
Awesome.
The art is
Let's
so
break
cool.
down what we just saw there.
Okay,
Like a kind of tapestry,
in
right?
addition to the standard Day 1 content, so the steelbook, the map of Sangora,
It's
and
such
the
a
game, of
unique
course,
way to do it,
you
actually.
will also get a code to redeem the digital Eclipse edition.
I could
which comes with the
picture that
digital
being hung up in the
soundtrack,
crone's
digital
sort of
comic book,
den.
and digital World Compendium, as well as a physical edition of the World Compendium and our special figurine. All of it packed in an amazing box that you can see.
The box is
on the
awesome.
screen. It will be available.
Oh,
in
look, they're
Bandai
showing
Namco
like
stores
the light
and
is moving
selected
across on the
games.
box a bit.
It's really cool. Everything from the other editions and more. It's just what you want from a collector's edition.
Yes.
I need it just for that statue, let's be honest.
I know.
I mean, the
shout out to
statue's
all
cool.
of the
I
talented
like the
people
box. I
working
know that's
on,
crazy. I
all
just
of
like the
editions
box is
to be
cool.
honest. And one more thing, as a small thank you to those of you who decide to show their support by pre-ordering the game, you will receive a code for an early unlock of this Sangoran Wafers armor set for coin. But worry not, if you don't pre-order, you will still be able to find this armor set later in the game.
Okay, that was almost a massive red flag for me. But that's fine.
Video waiting for you all, so do stick around to the end to check that. But that is it from us in the studio today.
I was like, oh my god, no, they're gonna have a paywall for armor, but no,
all of our official social
that's
media
cool.
channels.
Yes, follow us if you'd like to stay up to date with the Blood of Dawnwalker. And remember, you can pre-order the game already on Steam, PlayStation Store, and Xbox Store. It's coming out on September 3rd.
It is indeed. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Stay safe, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Oh, there's a little bit more.
My name is Maciej Kwiatkowski, and I'm a motion capture performer.
No, digitally it's not the way anymore. After PlayStation have decided that they want to block.
And action designer.
They want to, like, if you don't connect to the internet every 30 days, you can't access the game until you connect again. Just crazy. You don't own it. It's literally, you don't own it.
Years now, but this project was different. So first we need to understand the system, and then we create fitting choreography, and then we take care of the visual aspects. The main task and the biggest challenge is to find this balance between those two.
My name is Jan Bochowicz. I'm MMA fighter, professional fighter. Former UFC champion. In the Blood of Dawnwalker I play Bakir, vampire boss. Why I decide to be part of this project? Because I'm a gamer. I love games. New adventure for me, new experience, so my dreams come true. And that was like easy decision for me. When I hear about this game, I was excited.
What do you mean jam?
The story,
January?
What's gonna happen about the hero, about the gameplay.
Sorry, I completely missed that.
Everything that's gonna be something new. Working with Maciej.
No season pass. Yeah, you're right. True, nothing like that.
What to do, how to do it. Very nice. I can work with people like him every day.
Oh. You know, it's very hard to make these suits look cool, but this is kind of, it's doing a good job.
Our approach to human fighting style was more grounded, I would say. Basically, as a human would use the sword. So when the night comes and Cohen turns into a vampire,
yeah.
we can introduce his
that's the dude's name I see.
His superhuman speed.
I missed his name completely, sorry.
His fighting style.
Bakir fighting style is... I like it because I'm similar to him, you know. My style is very simple, but very good in fight. My first reaction when I see him that he's big, strong, but he's not so handsome like me. That was my first reaction. But I say, okay, I can play him. Don't worry.
We work very closely with the dev team.
Oh.
It's a constant back and forth between design, choreography, and then the performance, because they're, you know, one thing influences another. Vampire combat is more over the top.
It does look quite intense. Is this like something they've just made for this trailer, or were they legitimately doing the kind of growls? That'd be quite fun to... It'd be an interesting job. It does look cool though. UFC champion, wow, I don't watch a lot of UFC, if any. It does look cool though.
I enjoyed the most overcoming the obstacles, so overcoming the challenges. This project was particularly challenging because of the combat system, and
oh wow.
We wanted to find this perfect balance between immersive and responsive combat and visually engaging.
It's really cool they got
moves.
a former
But
UFC
once we did
champion
it,
though to
we're
actually do
absolutely
this.
blown away by the effect.
Super keen for it. It looks good.
Use any Bakir moves. He used mine.
people gonna like him and fear him, and I hope so. That I'm gonna kill every player, even minimum 5 times.
I just can't wait to see players' reactions, but I'm pretty sure they will love it.
They're gonna have, amazing adventure to play this game.
So it's like actual combat, you know what I mean? Like they've actually consulted relatively with a UFC.
Fear Bakir because that's me.
Watch him get KO'd in UFC Pro. Oh, that's cool. Maybe you'll watch him get KO'd in Blood of Dawnwalker. By Cohen. Look at his arm tattoo. It's pretty cool. I think that new post is awesome. Oh well, there you go. We finished. Oh, it looks cool. I think it looks really cool. Oh, Mikhail there. It's awesome. I think it looks really interesting. Yeah, the design is good for Cohen. I think the only thing I'm slightly concerned about is his voice. I don't know why, I just think he doesn't sound intimidating, but based on who he is, it makes sense he's not that intimidating thus far. I wanted to find, like... Did they release... Yeah, they've got loads of trailers here. Not the story trailer, I wanted to look at the, Maybe the story trailer is fine? I wanted to look at the actual gameplay trailer, where's that? Can I watch, like... Hang on, maybe I can... So no, okay. Maybe I can, like, backwards the live on YouTube. Yeah, I can do that, cool. Right, awesome. Okay, I want to have a quick look on YouTube. If I just adjust to my other one. There you go. So you can see in the actual like reveal of the gameplay. What does that say? Claw ride. So is that you claw riding up and down, right? Hang on, I'll have a look at this. Fighting looks more smooth in comparison to the... Yeah, it does. It does. Facial animations, but that's a small gripe. I can see what you mean with like some of the sort of like... It looks very kind of wooden sometimes, right? Like standing like... What do you mean by that? Oh, yes. Well, maybe I will... It's a bit like... There needs to be a little bit more like... Geralt looked so dynamic, right? Sorry to compare with Geralt. I've heard the VA is in another game, and trust me, he can do intimidating. It depends on the direct... I see. So maybe that's just because they're only showing us a lot of the voice acting when it comes to, like, you know, like some random NPC. It's not like some full-on confrontation thing. See, I like this kind of just... The general look of the game looks good. Like, this kind of stuff. I do feel like it's gonna have like a cool EMB on it from some modders as well that might make it slightly more like... It feels a little bit like... It looks really good. I want to say it looks really good, but slightly cartoony sometimes. That's what I feel when I watch. Like there's a slight like cartoony stylistic element to it. I don't know if it's some of the graphic, but it generally looks really cool. But I feel like just upping the contrast slightly even might make that slightly less prevalent. You know, slightly. I don't know. I don't know if you agree with that at all. I think it still looks good, but just slightly. Oh, here we go. This is what I wanted to look at. So yeah, it does have a kind of Witcher 3 style, like very similar if you're looking at all this, even the quick slots, right? Very, very similar actually. I think the only... Yeah, even here, wow, very similar. I think the only difference would be the skills. Micro expressions, yeah, it's a little bit, yeah. But that looks very kind of... Yeah, the abilities, that's kind of... That's more of a sort of God of War style thing, but the actual inventory is very Witcher 3. See there, you can see the time there passing as well. 23 days left to rescue your family. The wolf there. I think the wolf animation, that feels to me, I'm just giving honest feedback. I want to be completely honest. It looks a little bit wooden. That wolf. It looks like you're kind of like, you know, you're moving and it's like just dun 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 dun. It's like a kind of, it feels like a kind of moving block. It doesn't feel. It should be. I think it should be a bit bouncier. You know what I mean? Like a kind of almost like a rabid wolf, just kind of, you know, like, you know what I mean? That's just some small feedback. I feel like it's good to give feedback if you can. Like, you see what I mean? Like, it looks too like it needs to be more like, I don't know. It just feels too like it's floaty. You know? I don't know. That's a very small thing. Very small thing. Just something I noticed when I was watching. I felt like the wolf feels a little bit too floaty. I don't know how else to explain it. Tiny thing, but generally very cool. Cohen there looks cool. I like the armor. It's very kind of like, it's kind of lower level armor. Not a fan of all the text on the screen, especially when a quest is done. It covers the whole screen right in the middle. I'd rather have a mini map on the corner. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, hey, Lewis Sharp as well. Yeah, people can be varied in their opinions. I mean, I'm overall very positive about it. I think it looks great, and I'm happy that it's a new series and we're not just getting like rehashes of old stuff, which I also enjoy, but I like having new stuff too. I think this edict thing, where the game gets harder the more you kind of push up against them, because that's a really interesting way of scaling difficulty, as opposed to just like, I'm sure it will be though, like enemies just get higher level. It's like, actually the world is getting harder now, the more you do it. All the comments are just, I will pirate this. That's not great. I'm not going to ever do that. I'm very excited, looking forward to it. Yeah, me too. Me too. Range of motion by the front of the wolf's body would be smoother, maybe. Hopefully, yeah, mist to be cool. I think it just seems too floaty to me. Small thing. So this is the kind of semi-nemesis system, slightly a bit different though. I think the nemesis system is different in the sense that, yeah, it's auto-generated enemies, and it can like freely move around, and you can go and like seek them out and so on, and get like a rival and everything. This is more just like you can, yeah, the piss off system. I don't know what you would call it, the bait system. I feel like there needs to be a more. I do look at that. That looks awesome. That didn't look very cartoony to me. This looks good.
We've arrived near one of Ambros's warehouses.
I like that. You know, it gives me kind of Witcher 1 vibes, so in a sort of, in that kind of like, more kind of grounded feeling. I saw some comments saying they need to fix the combat, but I don't think it looks bad. Look at that. That's cool. I like that you can kind of parry to the side. I imagine it'll be a thing where, like, imagine you're on a controller, right? I got my controller somewhere here. So, like, you're fighting now, right? I'm fighting now. Guy comes over, sword comes, you kind of hit to the right and it will block. Other guy does, you hit again, up, block, and then you like do an ability and try and, you know, lock them off. So I think that's quite cool. I don't know what else you're really expected to do. I mean, you know, it's a dynamic sort of combat system, isn't it? It's not like a turn-based type thing or something. Be interesting to see how this. Yeah, more generally, it would be interesting. For me, this does not look great overall, and potentially being a bit harsh, but for the price, system requirements does not look good. I feel like the system requirements aren't crazy high, though, no? I mean, Ultra, what, you don't even need, like, a 50 series graphics card or anything. It's like a 40 series for Ultra. So, I mean, 60 gigabytes could be. I feel like for me, I'm interested to see how the game is going to be. I think for me, the thing that always drives my interest in any game is the story, for especially story games, right? More so, even I'd say, than gameplay and everything. Of course, gameplay does. Of course it does. But like, if I'm attached to the characters and I'm interested in the general like theme, for now, the idea that Brentius, for some reason, has a stick up his butt about Cohen's family and wants to sacrifice them or something, or drink their blood at the end of 30 days. I'm like, it feels slightly contrived to me. It's like, imagine Eridan's like, oh, we've got Ciri and we're gonna use her elder blood, but we're gonna wait 30 days. It's a little bit different, but you know what I mean? Like, why wait 30 days? That's the thing that I'm trying to work out right now.
With the supplies destroyed.
Ultra needs a so for a 4K. Oh, for 4K, I see. So that's Ultra for like non-4K, for like 1080p, I see. So it is pretty crazy. It just depends on the resolution. Okay, that is high then. Wow. Okay, so you need like what, the best graphics card available for 4K Ultra. Wow. That's expensive, especially in today's market. 90? God. I'm not going to be able to play Ultra then. 4K. Oh well, that's fine. I did like this thing. I liked this section where you kind of go. See this here. Do you know what I don't like? Look at this. I don't like how all the other wraiths are just standing there, kind of waiting. It feels like kind of Star Wars film combat, where they're just like, oh yeah, have fun fighting that wraith. That's fine. We'll just stand over it. Look at that guy with the sword there. He's just sort of slowly coming over. It doesn't feel like they're quickly trying to deal with the issue. But I guess because they're wraiths, maybe they're a bit slow. But that didn't look difficult to me at all. I want to check the sort of soldier combat again. Again, here, right? You go down. That guy's like, oh, hey, what the hell? He hasn't even started. Okay, now he started. That guy's coming over. That guy's just still coming slowly. You attack those two. That guy, I don't know what he's doing behind there. He's just not attacking. No, still not attacking. Still not attacking. Still not attacking. Now he's attacking. I feel like that's one thing I'd say you got to be careful of. They attack in order of importance, lol. I don't even know what. So they don't all attack at once. It just depends on like it's only going to be one at a time. Really? I feel like it should be like guy attacks, you defend. Other guy's there, so he's just going to attack immediately. Then you defend, and then you can quickly get a hit him, but then they're going to attack again. You know what I mean? Oh, you were joking. I see. I thought you. It's hard to read tone in text. I see. It is weird. Like they do seem to just be sort of standing around while you're fighting the other guys sometimes, which is a bit of a concern. I get that it could be, as you say, a difficulty thing. Attack later, Captain. Well, yeah, it's like, oh, Captain, you fight first. I will not interrupt your little goal here. It does feel like there's kind of like a waiting. That's cool. That's so cool. That's one of the coolest things. That kind of coming in and out of this weird zone. I like that. I like the mountains too. I think the environment looks awesome. I think the textures there, great. You can just see all across. That is very witchery. Witchcraft. I don't want to keep comparing it to The Witcher, but it's hard not to. I think even if it wasn't from former... That looks good, that graphics. I'm guessing this is the highest you can play it, though. It's an interesting premise, especially story-wise. I think it will land very well for old-school Witcher heads, but I think they've shot themselves in the foot with this pricing. $70 price tag comes with very high expectations. I'll always wish the best for indie studios, but I'm worried they've put a bit... $70, yeah, that is quite a lot, actually. I didn't know it'd be that high. I guess that's relatively standard. What is that in pound? Like £55 or something? But they always charge like 60 anyway. It's I think that like having a kind of lower price would be good in the sense that it will get more people to play the game. But also like I don't know how much they've spent and how much they need to recuperate on the costs. I can see a lot of people waiting until it's on sale. £60 on Steam, there you go. I could see a lot of people thinking, I'll wait till there's a sale of some kind. Which, I don't want to say, I'm not going to wait, but I can imagine it. You know. I also think a big problem the game is going to face is that so many new games have just been like announced, because I think everyone's trying to rush before GTA 6, right? So there's a lot of competition. Like imagine at the same time as this, September, right? That could be when the Witcher 3 expansion comes out. If you choose between a £30, whatever, Witcher 3 expansion or this, I think a lot of people are going to choose the Witcher 3. Not that it's necessarily a choice, but people have limited time and also limited money, you know. So people might be thinking, oh, I want to play the new Witcher 3 thing. Like, of course, I like the Witcher 3. I want to finish that story. I'm going to play that. I'll wait till Dawnwalker's on sale. You know what I mean? Or, oh, Assassin's Creed's coming out in July. Before this, I'm buying that, and then I'm going to play that. And I guess that's much earlier, so that's kind of fine. It's way too early. Or GTA 6 is coming out in 2 months. I'm going to save for that or something. I don't know. I don't want to be negative. I just mean that's a concern, right? If they're having a price tag that high. It's pretty standard though, industry standard now, isn't it? £60, $70. But I think that like I think that's why they're doing so much promotion beforehand to sort of show the game. I think if they make a very good game, right? It looks good so far, but if they make a very good game, I find that probably the most significant predictor of success, in my opinion, for this type of game is going to be word of mouth. I think that if people buy the game, like, you know, us or whoever else buys the game, plays it, enjoys it, and tells their friends, you know, this is a good thing, you really should play it. If they make a really good game, it will do well. But if the game is just kind of like, yeah, this is fun, I don't know if it would do incredibly well. But it all depends on what else is coming out at the time, too. 100%. Yeah, I think word of mouth, it's like Project Hail Mary, that's what I was thinking of. Like, that film was announced. I think loads of people are like, what is this film? I don't know what this is. Word of mouth, people are like, oh, I'll go and see it, fine. And then like, wow, this is actually really good. And I think it's going to be the same with this. I think it's going to be like, oh yeah, that Witcher 3 former dev game, yeah, that would be cool to play. Well, how was it? Did you play it? Oh, it was actually really good. The environment's awesome. The quests are awesome. The time thing didn't really bother me that much. It was great. Combat was really fun. Voice acting was great. The combat, you know, all the rest. You know, you can turn to a wolf, that's fun. I think someone might be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll buy it, give it a go. A good, solid story. Yeah, story is pretty key. I think so far, the only thing I'm concerned about is this focus on, like, going and rescuing his family after 30 days. It doesn't sound very, like, wow, you know, it just sounds like, oh, okay. Like, I kind of want to work out, like, why does Brenchis kind of hate Cohen so much? Why is he targeting his family? Why has he decided it's worth waiting 30 days, not just killing them immediately? You know, these side characters as well that we're looking at now, are they going to be interesting? How's their story? What's their kind of stake in all of this? I'm more excited for this than GTA. I would say me too, to be honest. I know that's crazy, but I like GTA, but I'm not like a major, oh, I love GTA so much, it's amazing. It looks, I think it'll be fun. I'm more looking forward to people that play it on YouTube that I like and seeing them playing with each other and having fun, you know? Like, that's what I enjoy more from GTA, weirdly. But I think this kind of fantasy game, obviously, is far more interesting, especially former Witcher 3 devs. For people that like this kind of thing. How much Gwent did you play until you went to look for Ciri? I'll never forget. When I first played The Witcher 3, and this is how I used to play most games, is I didn't really bother with Gwent. I thought, mini thing, don't care. When I was like, when I played it maybe the second time, I got really into just like, oh yeah, I see, you just get spies and then you win, okay. And then it was a way to earn money. And then when I did the Witcher 3 playthrough, of course, like I was like, oh, this is just like, this is what's fun. And the standalone came out as well. And even now, I'm doing Assassin's Creed 3 remastered a little bit, and I'm really enjoying the mini. I think the mini games are actually some of the funnest parts. Do you know? Funnest, the most fun parts. I actually realized I haven't seen any kind of mini game system in the Blood of Dawnwalker, unless I've just completely missed it. These are the specs, isn't it? I see. So far, 4. Yeah, that is actually 5090. Processor not too crazy though, but the graphics card is pretty insane actually. Yeah. So I can't actually run this at 4K on my PC, which is kind of crazy. I'm waiting for a sale to grab GTA. I really want to support these smaller devs. No, yeah, I agree as well. I agree. When I first played the Witcher games, I did it while I watched your playthrough, and I hated Gwent at first, but you made me understand it well and all. Yeah, it's like, as soon as you realize all you need is a bunch of spies, and then you're like a very basic system of like having a bunch of siege weapons or something, I don't know, whatever you want to boost them with, it's pretty easy to win. You just put in as many good, basically high-level cards as you can, and then fill as many spies as you can, and then the rest is just like some basic strategy. But I'm excited for this game. I think it looks cool. I think this is going to be one of those games that I would love to play straight away, and I probably will play it straight away, but it was one of those things that I feel has a lot of replayability around Halloween. You know, in the lead up to Halloween, you can be like, even I suppose it's coming out a month before Halloween, so you could, if you're playing it for a month, you could get it done. You know, it feels like a kind of semi-horror game, you know? There's not really many games like this. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Oh, curse that room much. Oh god, yeah. I still can't. I feel like part of the reason for doing Gwent as well in the playthrough is that I wanted to 100% every quest, and you need to collect all the cards, right, as part of one of the quests, the main cards, so worth doing. Then we look for, maybe Witcher 3 stuff. So we've had some crazy stuff. We've got the Blood of Dawnwalker coming out. We've got Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. We've got GTA 6, obviously, we just talked about. And then, of course, Witcher 3 possible expansion. And I mean, there's even more stuff. I mean, House of the Dragon Season 3 is coming out relatively soon. The rune rate, yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy. But, you know, you get it. You get it done. It's very addictive. You can't stop. I think like that is almost like a tempting reason to play The Witcher 3 again, just to play Gwen again. I feel like Gwen in The Witcher 3 is more fun for me than the standalone, and I think it's simply because I like playing a story game, and I love this idea that Geralt is like just sitting and playing a bit of Gwen, and you get some coins, and then you can use those coins to actually like do something in the game. You know, buy some stuff. After Skellige, oh my god, yeah. Yeah, the rune rate, he charges a ridiculous amount. Because remember, even in my playthrough, right, yeah, all this, as you say, even there, all the Skellige markers, like everything. I think I sold everything. I don't think there's a way I could have made possibly more money. And it's still, like, bankrupted me, almost. Like, no, you got to pay every single bit of money you've got left to this guy. And I didn't, unless you're glitching everything and just, like, cheating the money in by, like, I don't know, killing cows or something. Or do you know the honey, where you drag the honey to the smith and you sell everything to the smith dies, loot the smith respawns, dies, loot everything, keep doing that, sell it, so on. You've just got, I did that once because I heard it worked, like you know, years ago. I don't know if it still works, but that was a thing back on Xbox. Is there a way to hoard money in The Witcher 3? I used to do the Blacksmith BX. Oh, we were just talking about that, the Blacksmith BX. Yeah, that was a great one. That's the one I did for just to like see if it worked. Honestly, it was back when I don't know. It was on Xbox, you know. Yeah, contracts. You're right. They should pay higher. You can kind of negotiate, but it feels like a relatively low amount considering how much everything costs. You know. I think in general there should be more bartering, but I also get that like having too much bartering would just mean it's going to take forever to buy and sell anything. Like if you're selling a sword and you're like, actually I want this much more, I think it'd be cool if you could skill into that to get kind of more money, you know. It can actually be done. I did the same thing. I got remember at the end of the Witcher 3 playthrough, I got all the like legendary armor sets, all the rune rate stuff, all the Corvo Bianco like upgraded. It literally required doing every single thing in the game, looting every single thing, selling every single thing. And you know, like kind of negotiating all the contracts to get as high as you possibly can, which seems like kind of crazy. Every Grandmaster, every playthrough. God, I don't think I would do it. I think that I did it in the YouTube playthrough, but I probably wouldn't do it again. I'd probably just pick one. You know? I'm just like, this is the one I want for this playthrough, and I'm just going to go with that. But I did like the idea. I think in the playthrough I did it where like you change the armor depending on your location. So Skellige is like bear armor. I believe I did Griffin for like Velen area stuff, and then like Novigrad was cat armor. Wolf armor was Kaer Morhen and kind of toward the end of the game. And then I did like kind of Viper armor a bit for Hearts of Stone. And then I did Manticore armor for Blood and Wine, something like that. And that was fun. But then what do you display it? I think at the villa I had like I think I put like the original default armor and then just a couple of my favorite sets around. I don't think you could put everything there. Yeah, the Dimeritium, yeah, all that stuff. Crazy. Top-notch swords guy, my beloved hero. Who's the top-notch swords guy? Oh yeah, was this the cheating thing again? Anyway, I think it looks good. I think it looks really good. Blood of Dawnwalker. I'm like sort of pleasantly surprised by a lot of it. I think as Lewis said, the only concern is the price. And not for me, because I would like willingly pay it. I think it's more. Depends how much disposable income you have, I suppose. I think they would capture a much larger audience at a cheaper price, so obviously, right? We'll have to see. Well, I think that's enough for Blood of Dawnwalker. Looks very cool. Okay. We've been streaming an hour. Oh, it's very sunset, you know. You know, I'm not even kidding. I forgot I had this on. I just got back when I came in, so I still had it on from when I was outside. The top-notch swords, they even patched it back officially in the game when they changed his line. He was Armorer who was saying that line. Top-notch swords. I've forgotten, you know. Maybe if I saw it, I would recognize it. It's been a while. Pricing is purely the expectations that come with a fully priced release. Yeah. Witcher 4, 27 or 28. Wasn't there something about it being, I think probably 28 or late 27? Maybe. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. A lot of critics complain to that cost. Yeah, it does feel pretty high. But I still think it depends on how much they've had to pay for the development of it. Big Witcher fan George. Top notch. I don't follow the memes of stuff so much. I'm gonna have a look at it to see if I remember this. I mainly just enjoy the story. Who is he again? Top notch sword guy. Oh, this guy? Oh no, not that guy. I saw an earlier adventure. Who is top notch swords guy? Oh my god, I've not been following this. Who is he? Where is he? I'm trying to find an image of him. Where is he? Is he the one in Novigrad? You know, the one in what is it called? Hierarch. Where? Is that what it's called? Where? I'm having a look on now. Oh yeah, this guy. He's the one in Novigrad. I remember him. Armorer. Hierarch Square. The Armorer in Hierarch Square. Yeah. See. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, true. The armor is absent from his shop. I have that's like activated some memory where I remember thinking like, where is this guy? And it's on the minimap and you just can't find him. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, I see. I'm an optimist, so blocking me. So I'm hoping holiday season 27. That'd be great. Isn't he by the bank? Yeah, I think he's near there. He's in Hierarch Square, so pretty near. Armorer. Interesting. He looks cool. The main things I remember are like stuff I just actually like noticed when playing, you know. Pram. Be cool to, I don't know, I'd love to go back to Novigrad. I still think Novigrad is awesome. I remember playing Novigrad the first time and just think, this is how you see Skyrim. I love you, Skyrim. Amazing game, love you. But this is a city. This is like literally a city in a game. You know? The best city in any kind of fantasy game I'd ever seen up until that point for like the depth of it. Oh. Feeling about CD Projekt Red's release plan for series trilogy. I think for me, like, I'm obviously interested in The Witcher 4. I want to play it. I like The Witcher, but I'm not as interested in Ciri as a character as I am in Geralt. And it's not just from having played the games, it's just the optics of like her as a character. It's just not as interesting to me. But I still want to play it. I'm still excited about it. I just think like inherently Geralt just seems cooler, more interesting to me. He's like this kind of brooding, relatively, you know, like Witcher was taken at a young age. He doesn't seemingly have anything like special about him past the fact he became a Witcher. I know he had some kind of magical element too, but he's not like the child of destiny, the perfect blah 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 blah. He's just like a guy, you know, who became a Witcher and then he kind of forges his own path through it. And I feel like for Ciri, she's really cool as like an additional character to me, or as someone that like, she also has a really interesting story throughout the books, of course, but she's kind of like royalty, connected to all these royal families. She's like got the elder blood. She's like the kind of focal point of Geralt's story. I feel like that's her. Every character has a function in a story, and I always felt, to me, Geralt is very good as a main character because as a person playing it, you feel like, oh yeah, like yeah, I'm also like a normal guy. You know, Geralt's not a normal guy, but like he's kind of a normal guy going around fighting stuff. Whereas Ciri to me feels like too important, which sounds weird. Yeah, the best seat in any fantasy game still. Yeah, I agree. They plan on releasing all 3 other games. That's cool. Yeah, it needs to be. I think I've gone over that so many times, so I'm not going to go back over it. But they'll probably have something pretty decent. But I think even regardless of that, even if they explain all of that, just in as a character, she's not as interesting to me as Geralt. I don't know who he even is. I feel like it's just how I play fantasy games. I like playing fantasy games with kind of like grounded characters that are not like the best at everything, or not. No, I don't want to say the best at everything because she's not, but like really really special. Whenever I play Skyrim or something, I kind of didn't like being the Dragonborn. I thought like the chosen one, cool. I'm never a big fan of that kind of archetype for the character. I like it in a story. I like Anakin, for example. I think Anakin's cool, but I would be interested in playing as Anakin. But it's mainly, would I? Kinda, but like an RPG as Anakin would be kind of like, you just know you're the best. You know what I mean? You know you're the best already. I hope The Witcher 4 is good, but I agree. I don't feel any connection to her. I felt Geralt's emotions for her as a parent, didn't care. Yeah, exactly. I feel like what is her kind of like, yeah, you're right. Like, what's her kind of emotional connection to anything past Geralt and like, yeah, and obviously. But like, it's kind of like playing the younger one with parental connection. She doesn't have a kind of like, most of the people that we know of are kind of dead or gone or something. Anakin needs a counterbalance. I don't think it would work. Yeah, it's too kind of, you're too powerful. There's no reason Anakin would lose any fight. In the same way for Ciri, for now, there's no reason she should really be losing any fights. But that's why they're gonna have to downgrade her slightly. So I feel. Yeah, just inherently Geralt's cool to me. I always remember seeing the A Night to Remember trailer and thinking, who's this guy? And he's just like going, he is a Witcher, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have anything else. That's all he's got, in the nice way possible. Ciri's like got so much more than just being a Witcher. She's like, the child of destiny, that everything. Geralt is a Witcher. You're playing the Witcher. That's what he is. There's nothing else. And that's what I really like about it, I suppose, and just the simplicity of the character not being the like key to every single thing in the world. He's kind of, if you think about it, his role is like assisting. Like, he's trying to help Ciri with her stuff and find her and making sure everything's okay, but he's not actually like the one that stops the White Frost, for example, in the story. He's the one that facilitates it, but you don't care when you're playing as Geralt. You feel like you played an important role. A chat, yeah, there you go. Witcher 4 faces the huge hurdle of coming. Yeah, exactly, it does. I still, as I said, still interested fantasy game, always fun to play it, try it out. I don't know how you would really match Geralt. That's the problem. Like, how would you even... The only alternative I would say is, as we've talked before, like a Vesemir prequel game, or something with like a Letho game, or something like that, or a new Witcher game in like a new location with new characters, going through that kind of simplistic. It's why people like, and I like, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. It's kind of like, so Duncan the Tall is not this like the destined person of everything. I kind of like that. But then again, I do like when it's the destined person of everything in some very specific circumstances, but it's more in circumstances where you don't know they're the destined person of everything, like Jon Snow or something like that, but that went out. If it's just always that's kind of their whole life, I feel like it's a little bit different. As a woman, I'm more inclined to play as a male character in games because usually they tend to write women in a specific way. I can get that. Hopefully they don't do that with Ciri, and I'm sure they won't. I would say, it's fine to be in touch with a kind of feminine side and so on, but I think that it's a very careful line, isn't it? I'm slightly concerned about the motivation for Ciri to take the trials. I can't imagine what stakes must be in play to force her to do that and relinquish. It must be something like Avallac'h or the NL want to take her Elder Blood, so she's got to remove it for some reason, or genetically alter herself, not be detected, because Eredin could detect. It would be a cop-out Geralt Yen death to a new all-powerful evil. Yeah, I hope they don't do that. That would be awful. If they actually kill off Geralt or kill off Yen or something, that would just... I think that's a terrible idea. Like, I don't think they're going to do that, by the way, but if they did, terrible idea. Because people love the idea that Geralt finally was the Witcher that died in his bed and got to retire. At least I think. You don't want to have that character get killed when you're not even playing as him. You know, if they did an Arthur Morgan style thing, maybe that'd be cool. Maybe. But, depends. Someone will always be after Ciri. Yeah, exactly. If they make Ciri a Witcher, well, not too happy. Well, they have. She is a Witcher, right? She literally has gone through the mutations in the trailer, and they confirmed it, right? So it's slightly concerning. But, you know, I still hold the opinion that I'm excited for the game to come out. I want to play it, but I think they could have gone in far better directions than Ciri as a Witcher. I feel like they said it was like the logical step. To me, it is not remotely the logical step. And I'm not saying I'm objectively right, because I could be wrong, but just my opinion, I think that is not where I would go with it. I don't know. It doesn't seem logical. It seems like relatively contrived that she would ever give up her powers. Like, because even if, you know, there's some reason, like they're going to find her or get her and she wants to be free, it's kind of powerful enough to just deal with it, I think. You know? Certainly deleting the Elder Blood, even then, that just makes you less powerful. And if they find you somehow, then you have less. They're still going to want your genetics. Just because you altered it doesn't mean, oh, I guess we give up. You know? The thing I'm most excited about with The Witcher 4 is just the world. Yeah, exactly. World, going back into The Witcher, experiencing that'll be cool. I'm always of the mindset that, like, we basically could have nothing new ever again from this series. It could just be the ending on The Witcher 3. So if we're getting anything extra at all, I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, that's cool. If I stop playing it and think this is not what I like, then I can just stop playing it. But I'd rather have it than literally not exist, I suppose. So it could be good. Yeah, it seems a little bit. Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be. I'm hoping how they do it. I always just wondered, like, when they said it was the logical next step. I completely disagree with that. I'd rather them be, like, honest. I don't know if they might be being honest. They might be being completely honest. They might be being like, this is actually what they think. But I'd rather them just say, you know, we like Ciri as a character. We want to play as her more. We didn't know who else to pick. We just thought, why not? Instead of like, this is logical. This is how the Witcher story definitely is leading to Ciri becoming a Witcher. That's not the conclusion I got from the game, or from the books. The conclusion I got was the opposite, that she didn't need to be one to be, you know, important and accepted as a part of Geralt's family. But yeah, I don't know. That's my opinion on it. I'm still excited for it though. I think it'd be interesting how they address these concerns, and I have a feeling it's going to feel incredibly contrived, which is my concern. Because the reason it would feel contrived is because it likely is contrived. I think it's hard to remove that if it actually is the case. Most people have a good detection of when something isn't like obviously like required by a story. It doesn't seem logical. It's like in Game of Thrones, right? When Jon Snow does basically nothing in the last season, everyone's like, I can feel this is not how it was meant to go in the build-up. I did always think Ciri would be the next character, but I wasn't expecting a full-blown Witcher. I mean, it could be a game where she isn't actually a Witcher and you're just playing as her. I mean, I don't know, but for me, I suppose it is literally called The Witcher, right? And it's hard to have an RPG with... It would be a different kind of game if you're playing as Ciri. Yeah, John said I don't want it, yeah. It would be a different kind of game if you weren't a Witcher, but you're playing as Ciri. A completely different. It wouldn't be the same vibe as The Witcher 3, in my opinion, because you'd inherently have these extra kind of crazy abilities, right, that Geralt doesn't have. Oh, hey, Lewis. Wow, 21 months. That's crazy. Thank you for the subscribing. That's crazy. It's been a long time. Financing the streams. Very, very thank you. Thank you, Lewis. I do appreciate it. Then for me, being heavily invested in the lore, so I'm unable to just switch off the logic part of my brain. I know, it is hard. It is hard. I think the way I always think about it is like, if you start playing The Witcher 4, and you're like, oh, this just doesn't really work for me, just kind of ignore it. That's what I do with most things that I disagree with. Like, I was a big fan of Doctor Who when I was younger. Most British people are. And then after, even during Capaldi, and to be honest, during the end of Matt Smith's, I was like, this is going a bit weird. And then, later on, it's just terrible. I just kind of don't treat it as part of, like, the story. And it kind of, it's fine. Because I always have the mindset that when the creators made it initially, they definitely weren't considering this future thing. They've sort of retroactively added this. So, therefore, I don't have to just add it. It's not actually part of The Witcher 3. It's not actually part of The Witcher 2 or 1 or the books. It's a new thing that new people are trying to add on to the story, but you don't have to go along with it. You can just be like, I don't agree with it. It doesn't fit in the way I enjoy the story, so therefore, yeah, it can have happened. Legally, this is the story, the canon, the official, the sacred canon line. But for me, it's not going in my perception of how that story really ended for me. For me, it ended when, for me, I would say Doctor Who ended at the Day of the Doctor, and I'm kind of fine with that. Valid, yeah, that's how I feel. David left, same thing, yeah. I liked Matt. I actually liked Matt earlier on. That's how I look at Disney Star Wars. Exactly. I do the same thing. I pick and choose. Like Andor, like it, fits really well. I like it. Yeah, that happened, sure. Rogue One, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, sure. The sequels, I don't know what that is. It doesn't. It ended when Darth Vader threw the Emperor down to the Death Star. That's good enough. Mandalorian, I liked initially. Now I'm not so much. So I'm just kind of signing off a little bit. Obi-Wan show was pretty bad part of the fight at the end. So I just kind of sign it off, but I still like to see that fight. I think of it almost like a really cool fan recreation of how that fight could go. I think even Disney's doing that with most of it now. Somehow, series of Witcher, exactly. But I'm not like against. I still don't. I'm not like saying they shouldn't make it. It's so bad. What the hell? I'm just saying, like if it turns out to not fit in how I feel the story is, I just won't really accept it in my kind of head canon. Which I don't even want to call it head canon because it sounds like kind of like I'm just coping, where it's more of like a kind of there's no law in the universe that says I have to accept this is what happened in the story. It's just someone that owns the rights telling me this is what happened, and I can go, well, no, you didn't. It certainly wasn't planned when The Witcher 3 was made, so I don't have to accept it now. But I might, who knows? Depends how well they do it, and it's all up to them to show that. Yeah, it depends how much they explain this. I wonder if they debated the create your own. I do wonder. I wonder if that will come out eventually, because I feel like that's the one fans are going for the most. I don't know how well that's going to work, because you need a protagonist, I feel. You need a set protagonist. I still think a School of the Viper game in, like, Nilfgaard would have been so awesome. If they'd had a trailer, imagine that, like, I don't know, you're in some inn or something, you're like, this doesn't look like the Northern Realms, and all the characters are a little bit different, it's a little bit more higher class or something, and then you see someone like put their hand on the table or something, snake medallion. Oh my god, what is this? And then they go outside and it's Nilfgaard. I just think people would be like, what the fuck? That would be great. What did I miss? The trailer was good. I think all overall pretty good. That would be awesome. That's how I would try and build hype. I'd be like, look at that. We're having an Nilfgaard game and it's Viper Witches. Let's see what happens. MMORPG. That could be interesting. I'm concerned about it because it could mean that we no longer get mainline games forever, for a long time. But to play during the peak of the Witches when they were yeah, that'd be awesome. So like that Viper thing or any other, it could be a different one. It could be like you're in a mountainous environment. There's a character going through the snow. They fight a monster. They get back and you realize it's a School of the Bear Witcher. Same thing would be awesome. Or you have one of each of the areas. I don't know. It'd be awesome. That would be an awesome series. You have like the peak of the Witches, and each game covers a different school with different goings on. I don't know. It'd be really interesting. Depends how they manage that though. Then you have like a game really exploring one location or that kind of nearby locations. Another game really another location for like centered around the school, and you just go over each school. Not an MMORPG guy, but it feels inevitable. Yeah, I mean, you do wonder. I hope not, though. I get what you mean, though, because they are becoming weirdly more popular recently. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Live service endeavor. I mean, they've tried to make that like phone game, didn't they? They've made loads of Witcher phone games. They had the Monster Hunter one, like Pokemon Go, which made another one recently, which I haven't played. But so much potential, but to realize it exactly. Go backwards in the timeline. People just want to play as a cool monster hunter, going and doing fun things, you know. Like, I think that's kind of it. I think this stuff with Ciri for me is like, I feel like, as I said, it was not the direction I would have chosen. For sure. Even if you wanted to have like a female Witcher, which is some things with the lore, but you could get around that by having some kind of adjustment to the process of making Witchers for one particular school. It's fine. If you had like a School of the Cat female Witcher or something, and she's going around, the thing is, I would think that game would be like a sort of Novigrad game, but I don't know, you're going around Vizima or something like that. Like that would still be really cool as well. It's not, for me, it's not so much an issue of like a boy or a girl thing, although it depends. If they explain it well in the lore, then it's fine. It's more of like a just, is it like an engaging, fun character that you could follow with this, the way this series is structured. Any potential for some of the books events? That would be awesome to have like a full-on, you play every story in the books, but you literally, that's the game. You just follow the book story and you play as Geralt, and you have a bit of open world elements. You could have it like a Red Dead 2 camp system, where all the, Kahir and everyone and Geralt's hands are in the camp, and you go out and do little side contact quests, and you move on throughout it. That would be fun. Really fun. I think that game would do incredibly well, especially like a younger Geralt. Maybe he's a little bit more agile or something too. I would like that. Be cool to follow a Witcher survivor post-second care more and see them kind of spread out. That would be really cool. Yeah, you're right. That would be awesome too. Or like you play a Witcher game as the schools are falling. So, yeah, for any of the other schools as well. Just as it's, and you have to then survive after that. That would be cool. Or something, even a Zerrikania game. I feel like Zerrikania to me, though, is like, I don't need to bother with that until they've covered most of the stuff we have way more knowledge about already. Unless we're going briefly. Yeah. Couldn't care less if it was a female character. The lore hoops they need to jump through to explain female passing trials less than doing... Yeah, exactly. It's much less extreme than what they've done for Ciri. Like, you could have a female Witcher. I think it wouldn't work in schools that are really established. That's the problem. Like, for the School of the Wolf, it's like... That would be kind of retroactively changing the history. You'd need to have like a school that we don't know as much about, and theoretically it could have happened at some point, and you're like, oh yeah, okay. So like the School of the Cat, or I don't know, maybe even Viper, maybe, I don't know. Or, if they refound some schools, or I don't know, it depends. I think School of the Cat's probably the best fitting one. Yeah, Cat or a new school, yeah. Difficult to do it with ones that like it's already pretty established who the characters were and how it worked, and it'd be kind of mental that we'd never learned anything in any of the previous games about any female witches in School of the Wolf, and suddenly, yeah, they always were there. I think that like School of the Cat would be like, we don't know enough, so actually they just didn't, it wasn't as highlighted, which kind of like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's, I think a lot of things are just like, does it feel like really contrived, or does it feel like that actually like fits in quite well with the story? And everyone has a massively different opinion on all of that. But anyway, I'm gonna go, guys, because I've got some stuff I gotta do today, and I've got to make food and stuff. I might be back a bit later to play some like Assassin's Creed or something, but maybe not today. Maybe tomorrow or something like that. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching today. It's been very fun. If I do it tomorrow, it'll be a bit later because I'm gonna be out till like 7 or 8 p.m. or something. Maybe in the day after tomorrow. But thank you for watching today. I had a great time. Yeah, I had a great time. Thank you for everyone for watching and following and watching YouTube and stuff. I've been putting some of the videos up on there and people have been enjoying it too, so it's been great, fun time. So yeah, thanks guys, do appreciate it. The sun is yet again with this amazing lighting, and I'll see you all later. See you later, guys.